now I'm going to get started on meal 2. That's the roasting of the chicken. Okay, so I have the chicken sitting out here, and I got as much juice out of it as possible. I'm also kind of going to pat it dry. I'm going to get all of my vegetables cut while this is kind of just drying out, and then I'm going to marinate everything, the chicken and the vegetables, all in the same thing. I'm going to do garlic, oil, salt and pepper, and herb de Provence, which is just a mix of herbs. At the restaurant I just sold in Missouri, we actually just put a barbecue rub on the chickens there. But this one I kind of wanted to do the herb de Provence because we're doing the vegetables in there with it, and I've got the nice heirloom potatoes there. So I'm just going to kind of keep those kind of wintry spices, the rosemary, the thyme, the lavender kind of in this dish. These are the potatoes I got. I just got this blend of potatoes. It was $1.99 for the whole pack. I was out of russet potatoes, so I was going to have to buy those. I didn't need the russet potatoes for anything else besides this. So instead of buying the whole 5-pound bag of russet potatoes, I just bought these for $1.99, so saved me about $1 there. So if you have russet potatoes, you know, you can just large dice those. You want them a chunky dice. I still had carrots. I still had celery. I actually even had a little bit of a white onion left over, so I'm just going to throw that in here as well as the red onion that I bought for this bin. Down to the nitty-gritty on my celery. So I did wipe that out here on this dish. Gonna get all this prepping. I'm gonna chop up my garlic, and then I'll be ready to start seasoning everything up, and we'll get this in the oven. The potatoes, I'm just gonna put in there whole since they're, you know, baby potatoes. And all of this is gonna be large and chunky. I'm gonna chop up the garlic real small, and I'm gonna wait on the green beans, okay? All of this is gonna get a head start. The chicken, I'm gonna put all this together on the sheet pan. This is gonna get a head start. I'm gonna wait about 25 minutes, and then I'll get the green beans ready, and then I'll toss the green beans in for about the last 20 minutes of the cooking time on this chicken. Unfortunately, I somehow did not get it videoed me seasoning this chicken, but all I did was I put the garlic oil on it. I sprinkled it with salt and pepper. I sprinkled it with the herb de Provence. I also had some whole garlic cloves. I threw those in as well. If you are a roasted garlic lover, throw in some whole cloves of garlic in with your vegetable mix, and it's delicious. So I've got 3 or 4 of those in there as well. I marinated the vegetables all in with the same stuff, the salt, pepper, the herb de Provence, the garlic oil. I saved just enough of the garlic oil for the green beans. I got the bowl here ready to go still for the green beans. I'm going to get this in the oven to bake. It's probably going to take about 50 to 60 minutes, probably closer to 60. And by the time the chicken is 165, the vegetables should all be tender as well. So it's time to get the green beans ready to throw on top of the chicken. I'm going to use a portion of these green beans for tonight's meal, and then the remainder of them are going to be for meal 4. The smothered pork chops. Just gonna line them all up here with the stem end out. I'm gonna give them a cut. Make sure I didn't miss any. Those will go in the bowl. So that bird is looking mighty fine. So we're just gonna dump the green beans on there, and we're gonna let it go 20 more minutes, and it should be perfect. I'm going to get that back in the oven now. Meanwhile, I'll work on the bread. This is the remainder of the bread I have. I would like to have a little bit of bread for each of my meals, meal 2, 3, and 4. So I'm cutting this on a sharp bias and pretty thin so that I can make that happen. So basically, there's going to be like large Crustinis, and I'm cutting it the whole shebang, okay? That way, I don't have to cut it again. I'm just going to put it in the Ziploc bag in the refrigerator, and each night pull out the slices for your dinner that evening. What? Completely perfect. 6, 6, and 6. Ugh, that's a bad sign. But anyway, I've got 6 pieces of bread for each meal. I'm a little ahead of schedule, so I'm just going to leave them sit here, and when the chicken's ready and pull it out. I'm going to check the temp on it, 165 degrees. When the chicken's ready, I'll put this in because they're not going to take but 5 minutes in the oven just to warm up, okay? So our chicken just came out of the oven. We're going to check the temperature on that guy. Like I said, has to be 165 degrees. You definitely want to check it in the inner thigh. This is going to be the part that's going to take the longest to cook. Your breast may get done before your dark meat does, so you just want to check it there. And we are at exactly 165. This actually cooked for 1 hour and 10 minutes total. Simple herb roasted chicken. And, you know, the sheet pan dishes are all the rave now. So, you know, a lot of people are just serving it on a sheet pan. So leave it right on here, put some of these on and take it to the table. I'm going to actually probably plate mine up a little bit different just to make it pretty. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me today for Ben 16. So we started off with our Italian deli hoagie that we served with the Italian pasta salad, the rotini pasta left over from bin 12. The other half of the box we turned into pasta salad today, chilled with black olives, pepperoncinis, cherry tomatoes, salami, and pepperoni. A lot of the same ingredients that are on top of that delicious deli hoagie. So after we finished up meal 1, we went on to meal 2. That is our herb roasted chicken. We did the herb roasted chicken with carrots, celery, onion, baby potatoes, roasted garlic in there as well. And then we threw the green beans in about halfway through the cooking time. And we finished that up with some crusty bread. So that was the same bread that we have the hoagie on. We also cut it into some large Crustinis. So we had bread for the rest of the meals. A very quick, easy meal right there. A long cooking time, but little preparation. Meal 3, this is going to be your I'm in a bind meal right here. This is the chef salad. Basically, the hardest thing you have to do for this one is hard boil the eggs. Everything else is going to be quick and easy to throw together at the end. Feel free to use whatever meats and cheeses that you want in the chef salad and in the hoagie to your family's likes and dislikes. Then meal 4, baked smothered pork chops. You can't get any more country than that. Dredged in the sage flour and then stewed in the cream of celery soup with rice. I did this one on rice. You can do it with mashed potatoes too, but I did this on rice with blanched green beans. So there's all the wonderful goodness from bin 16. If you're watching my videos, please, if you enjoy them, please subscribe and check out the website, hotmomsdinnerclub.com. So thank you so much for joining me, bin 16, Hot Moms Dinner Club.